in. I am Carol, the owner and creator of CarolJo's. It is an area where community and creativity come together. Here we do different things throughout the week. We will do 2 chat times. We have one coming up on Friday at 2 p.m. Central, and that is where we share tips and tricks for making jewelry and accessories. We also will have times where you guys get to ask the questions and we as a community will answer those with what we know. Not everybody knows everything, and we're all here to share info with each other, and that happens a lot of times during chat time, but it'll happen at different times throughout our lives too. Twice a week, we do tutorials. The tutorials are where we go through step by step on how to make jewelry and accessories. This week, we're going off our normal what we do on the tutorials, and we looked at things that we had on the table yesterday and started projects. And today, we are going to continue with those projects. So that is what this week is about. This week, because of it being the week of Christmas, we aren't taking on and like learning something new or creating something new, that type of thing. It was more about let's have a low-key week. Then we also have live events throughout the weeks. Usually we have like 4, 5, or 6 events like that throughout the week. This week we're only going to do 2. We had one last night. The lists went out already for those, if you're wondering. And then Saturday at 10 a.m., we will have a bead event. Those types of events are where if we are actually working on a project in our tutorials, that items that we use to create those will be up for claim during those events. And we will go through that. We have encore events where items that we've previously had on a bead event are back up again. So those are what the events are. And there is a video that is pinned in my profile on TikTok that goes through how those events work and how the lists are generated. But today it's about tutorials. So I'm going to show you what we were doing yesterday. We actually got out the resin. I don't normally work with resin, but I had something on just being left out, just sitting out, that I felt we could do it with resin. Everybody was helping, guiding me through it. When I say we share, we do share. They were helping me. And the first one that we did is a cabochon, and this one has the blue goldstone is what I call it. It will also be called blue sandstone chips in there. You have a Merry Christmas, Patty, and thank you. Oh, I forgot to tell everybody over on TikTok, get us to 10 shares and 10,000 likes, and we will do giveaways today. So we're going to turn this into a necklace today on our live. The other thing that we have, if you noticed, I didn't add anything to it, is that we had this rectangle, and it's got a faceted look to it. And the reason being is I couldn't find what I was looking for in my head. And then as I was looking through some of my cabochons, I was like, oh, I could put a cabochon on there. The cabochons that I have are like these. I'm going to show you, and you'll understand why I was like, no. They are a glass cabochon with the picture underneath it. So they're like this. This isn't one that I would have selected. I'm just grabbing one. And so it would have given it an extra at the top. And I'm like, I don't like the look of that with having the glass. And then I remembered a while back, I had purchased, I don't know how else to say it, some images. And you can take those images when you have the creative rights to use them, and you can use them on stuff. And so here is one of them. You put it on photograph, like a 4x6 picture. You just go and have them printed, and then you take a and punch them out. I bought this because I was thinking for earrings and putting the glass on it like I just showed you. And we're going to talk more about that, I'm hoping, next week on what we can do to do this. You can use paper, you can use pictures, you can do lots of things, but we'll talk about that. But I'm like, I want to do one without the glass. And ultimately, I'm going to select, I think that one there, that rose in the blue with that black background, I just think those colors will look really good popping from this. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have my puncher. I got to find the puncher. The E place, and I put in there, for searching, I put in there, what would I put? I put in there images, that are a certain size. Like I would say 12 millimeter circle images, and just see what it would return. And then you can start getting your, everything narrowed down. So Patty asked, where did I get them? And TikTok doesn't let us use a lot. Nope, not the Moo. It's a place where you can use the S word, your items. Let me see if I can write it on a piece of paper. Do I have a piece of paper here? Here, I do. Hold on, let me get a pen. No. It's gonna be backwards probably. Do you get it? That's where I get them at. Okay. Merry Christmas to you, Amy. And so I just put in there to search for them. Yep, the E. That's what, and I put in there like I've got some, these are my 12 millimeter. I'll just show you some of the different ones that I purchased. I shouldn't say the P word, but we've got these. And then you can have them actually, some of them will actually send them to you. And this is some of them that are sent to me. They printed them out, but they're not on the photo paper, and I don't like them as well. So there's different images that can be had, like there. And they're all just different ones, but you can, like I said, you can get lots of different ones. And that's where I went and found these. Yeah. And then I just went, and we have, you can just go to your local photo place, upload the image, and put it on a 4x7. But you do have to do glossy. Don't do the matte finish, I think is how it is, because the matte will smear, I think is how it is. But yep. So that's what I did. Hello, Christopher. So I'm gonna cut, I gotta find my punch that for this size, because as you can tell, I have a punch because these two are punched out. So I gotta punch that out. Then I'm going to, you can put them in a cabochon. I haven't done the resin with that before, but yes, you can. I was going to use the glass cabochons and glue it to that instead of using resin, because I'm not the biggest resin person. But maybe I need to try it with resin, and maybe that's what we do next week. I don't know. I'll try it over the weekend and see if that's what we're going to do, because I'll put the schedule out for next week on Sunday. So I have a couple of days to play with that before I decide what we're going to do. Hi, Mia. How are you doing today? So that's what I think. That's an idea of another thing. Whew. But so what I was going to do is I was going to glue it on to my cabochon setting that I created. Awesome. And then I was going to put a little bit of resin on it so that you wouldn't lift up the edges. So maybe if I can find my punch really quick, let me go grab my punches and see if we can do that part. But what I wanted to show you, hi Gladys, we talked about these yesterday and what I wanted to use on here. I don't want to put it on here yet because I want to finish that. Here is what they call a pick bail. If you look at it from the end, There you go. You can see it. You see how you have those two little hole, those there, and you have that opening? That will go over the top of this, and you will put those little bars in this hole that we have here at the top. And that will create a decorative bail. This is what it looks like on the front. And then you'll be able to put the chain through it. Pinch bails, that's what they are. I said the wrong word there, Rose. You're right, pinch bails. Holy, why did I say the wrong word? But you just, sometimes they're soft enough that you can smush them. This one is not. This one I'm going to have to get my pliers out to put it on. Ah, nope, you didn't. I did. And you just want to put it on there, and then this is what you're going to see. You're going to have that hole. I might not be able to use this one. You know why? Because he might turn it sideways. Ha! Good thing we looked at that. But you can use those on there. You just got to make sure your chain piece here is going the right way. We might just have to use one of the triangle jump rings on that. But it adds a little bit of a decoration to finishing off your jewelry piece. Thank you, Seda, for the follow. But let me see if I can go find that punch really quick. I'll be right back. Hey, like away. Hey, I found my 25mm ones even. Let me see what we got here. All right. I have the seat. This is the little 12mm one. So he will line it up, and he will come out right there. I got this at a store that no longer exists, so I can't tell you. You can probably get them anywhere, but you have to be able to, and some of the things that you got to think about. Thank you, Dolphin Duet. You too. When you're lining this up, you want to get whatever you're going to punch out in that hole. And do you see where it's not lining up exactly in there? We got a little bit of white. So sometimes you have to cut off just a little bit of it here. So I don't know how I got that one done without cutting some of this off. But hey, there we go. I just look at where it's going to come out at and line it up. I'm going to put you guys down so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Yep. I do not. Everybody talks about that it's something I should watch, but I have never watched it. Someone over on YouTube is asking if I watch Stranger Things. There we go. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I will take the picture and put it into the stamp area, and I want to line up my picture in there so that I don't have any white around it, and I'm just going to get what I want as my thing. So I'm going to do that, and I am going to make sure he's in the middle. There we go, and then punch it, and now I have my design. Let's see what he's going to look like on there. And this is what it will look like on there. And I like that. So I'm going to move this out of my way. I will get some glue. We talked about we can use E6000 to put these down on our cabochons, that type of thing. So that's what I'm going to use. Oh, I have E6000 on the table. Sorry. I thought I didn't have any today out here, but I know I remember moving it today to put it on right here somewhere. Right there, I see it. We are finishing up what we were working on yesterday. We're not going to get it finished in this one. We're not going to get finished. We're cutting out a picture to put on our cabochon. I want to be right side up. There we go. We got it glued on. I got it at a place that's no longer in business, but I think you can find them. The Zon. I was going to say, Rose had some other place. Was it Simon something? But I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then we will put some more of the resin on there so that it has a top cover. So we're not going to finish this one today. We will finish this one into a piece. There we go. Rose put it on there. And I have, this is a 12 millimeter size one. I also have this is a 10 millimeter. So I have 12 and 10. And I have a 25. So I have different sizes. So I'm going to put those away. Whoops, not there. They go in here. And like the 25 millimeter size, I have different images of that. The cutters, they find them in die cutters, I believe is what they were called. But like you can get these, we had on there earlier. So you can get lots of different prints. This one I got from somebody else. They sent it to me because this is bigger than, they sent it to me, and this one too. You can get them on like, you can put them on an 8x10 piece of paper, 5x7, 4x6. Lever punch. Thank you, Rose. I have them. So we're going to let that one be for a little bit, and we will, we'll let that dry, and then we'll finish that one up. You're welcome. We'll finish that one up another day. But we're going to finish this into it. And so I want to get a blue goldstone thumb punches sometimes. Okay. I just went to the card making aisle and got it. Okay, I got to find a blue stone. A blue goldstone bead that I want to make a dangle with this. I have a thought in mind, and now watch, I won't have any, and I'll be bumming. I have a lot of turquoise. Okay, I don't have it in there. I know where else I'm going to go. Hold on, everybody. Ooh, I might use some of this. Reason why I think I want to use that. Hold on. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Yep, that's what I want. Okay. Ooh. Might use that for when I go to do those. Okay. I gotta find antique silver or antique bronze. There we go. All right. We're gonna make these into dangles. I'm making these with larger holes because I want these to dangle down a little bit further. I don't want them up by the chain. and also with where they have to go on. I don't think I'm going to put them through the chain, but I just want them to be bigger. Okay, I need 18 inches of chain. Merry Christmas to you, Miss Zuli. I know it's Christmas Eve, but to me, it is time for us to start saying Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, that type of thing, because it is the holiday. Okay. I'm cutting off, or I'm taking my chain off for a moment, just so that I know where the middle is at. Okay. He is going to go right here. I need a jump ring for that. And then on each side of it, I'm going to put that. So I need a jump ring that is antique bronze. I don't know if I have one on the table. No, I do not. Okay. Let me go get a jump ring. Golly, I say I'm going to use things off my table, but I don't have it all on the table. this entire container is my antique colored jump rings. It's a little excessive. Most people don't need that much. I don't even know that I needed that much. See, we have a little one who really, really wants to open all of her presents tonight. And we usually did it on Christmas Day. So I don't know. I'm waiting for Ryan to get home to have him help decide what we should do for her. I don't know if she's going to make it till tomorrow. All right. There we go. And I am actually just going to, in that same link, on each side, I'm going to put one of the dangles. I actually do not have up here with me antique bronze head pins. I've had them up so you guys can claim them, but I have never put them in my own collection. All right, so there is one. Ooh, that is what it needed. Yesterday when I was looking at this, I'm like, it needs, to me, I needed to add, this goes on this side. To do the dangle, there is a video for on the tube about creating dangle earrings, and that gives you a different view of how to create this dangle. Get out of my way. Thank you. There we go. There we go. It's stuck to me. Now I need to find a closure. Ooh, yeah. That's exactly what I wanted. Yay. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it. Here, I'm going to bring that up close. Let's get it to see. I love those stones with it on each side. I'm missing out on some of the comments because I don't have my backup account. I don't even know where my iPad is right now. We've been cleaning the house, so I am like, whew. All right, we need to get a closure. So let me go down and get a closure. That's beads. That's gold. Oh, there. I don't have a lot of antique bronze closures, everybody, in all honesty. I have a toggle. Oh, there they are. I found a lobster claw clasp. Yay. Whew. Okay. Nope, that's too coppery. I don't like that color with it. Ooh, right here. Let's try this one. Ow. Nope, that's red copper. And I know I have them downstairs. I just don't have them up here. Haha, found one. Yay, I found one. Okay. Sorry, everybody. It's taking me a moment. Okay. You know, I'm not a big fan of jump rings at this stage, but I don't have my split rings up here. I would prefer to do a split ring. That's what I have close by right now. We're going to use a jump ring, and we're going to put that lobster claw clasp on it and close it up. And we're going to use another jump ring on the other side to use the other side of the closure. There we go. I'm going to grab the neck. That's exactly what I was looking for. Hold on, I'm going to put you guys up so you can see this. There we go. You guys are going wonky here. Sorry, everybody over there. There we go. So that's used in the nugget and the chips. I like it. It looks really cool in person. You can't see it all in on the through there. Through this. Now I need a baggie. Here we go. I'm going to take this off the strand and put it in a baggie. Is everybody ready for whatever their celebrations are for today and tomorrow? Hi, Teresa. Put that in there. Next, what we did yesterday is that we have the look in resin. There we go. I have 2 of these. Thank you. And we are going to make a pair of earrings with these. I saw something in here. I might just use the textured. Oh no, Patty, I hope that you get to feeling better. All I have here is a textured I was going to see what this looks like. This might not be what I want, but why in the world can I not find where it opens? Okay, I can't get those. I probably should have my glasses on. Oh, I get you. I kept having to stop and rest my back too. I was trying to see. Hold on here. Hold on. I think I found them. I think I found what I was looking for. Yep. This was on the table. These are the jump rings that I was telling you all about. We've had these up for claims before. They are a triangle jump ring. I'm going to try to see so you can see. There you go on TikTok. There you go on YouTube. And you put them on and it allows you to have a decorative look to it instead of using a jump ring. So really what you do is just put it in and then bring it together. So I always put one side partway in and bring them together with a plier. I have to have my glasses on. There we go. Sorry, everybody. Glasses day. Okay, so once you get that going, you just have to push it into the hole. I've got it closed a little bit more. I just need to get it closer. There. All right. These are not like a circle one where it's really easy to open and close because these are already open and then you just have to wiggle with it to get it into the hole and get it to go where you want it. And I'm like looking at these to see. He wants to move around. So I'm trying not to have him move around and it's hard. There. There we go. He needs to be a little bit thicker, I think, for these. So I might just put them on a regular one. Here, I'm going to do this. And I'll show you why I say that. Do you see how much that is? And it's because it's not that thick that the triangles are probably not going to work as well as I thought they were. I don't do magnifying glasses. Oh, I had LASIK. I was going to say, I love LASIK. So the reason why I have to wear glasses is because this eye is for distance and this eye is for up close. And there's a spot right in here that my eyes can't adjust for it. So my eye doctor was like, I could do LASIK. I'm going to take that off. I'm just going to use a regular round. I could do LASIK, or I could, there's lenses. And I was like, oh, let's do the lenses. And he decided to do LASIK. There we go. All right. I'm going to put you guys down so you guys can see what I'm doing instead of me like telling you. I forgot to put you down before. Just going to open up. I'm going to use regular ones instead of the triangle because the triangle is too much. I distorted that one. Holy, I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to use a bigger one. There we go. Haha. There we go. I got one on. I need to use the bead reamer on this one. I think I covered up that. Yep. He's coming through. So the bead reamer opens your holes up. Go from this side now and see, make sure he's big enough. There we go. That was our problem there. So let's get another one out. I totally meant it, trying to get it in there, and the hole wasn't even open. There we go. There. Got it. Whoop, whoop. Now I just need to get the earring wires. We're going to get out our display. Not cover what I'm working on intentionally there. Open that up. I almost put the other earring on the earring. Yay! Little resin earrings. He goes this way. There we go. I'm going to put the camera up. Hey, Patty, you're the one that helped me make those. Oh. All right. So here we go. You guys can see them better this way. There we go. I'm so excited. I made resin earrings. Just dropped one. Yay! I know it sounds really silly, but I'm excited because guess what? I have never done resin that actually turned out and made into something. So I am so excited. I want to see what if they're... Nope. They will glow in the dark because they have like mica in them, but they're not like color changing mica. That's cute. Oh, that would be cute. Then we had the little heart that we made yesterday. I want to see and make sure that his little hole is all the way through. If I wore earrings like that, I would be, yeah. But I don't wear dangle earrings. I haven't even gotten my yeah, this one, the hole got closed on it, so I'm glad I'm doing this. I only wear post. Okay, those of you that do resin, does this happen a lot where the back side of the hole, because you overflowed the mold, that it closes on the one side? Does that happen a lot, or was it just that my mold probably didn't have the thing up tall enough? So there. Okay. All right. We're going to get another one. We're just going to make this one into a dangle that you can add to a necklace, or you could add it to a bracelet. I'm just going to take a jump ring, just like I did with the earrings. I'm just going to add a jump ring. Put that jump ring on. Get in that hole. There we go. There. Or we could add it to a small necklace. Thank you, Grandma D. Look at, I'm thinking, I don't have one of the necklaces here. Oh, I might have one up here. Hold on. I'm going to find, it's a different style of necklace. Hold on, everybody. I'm thinking just make it into a necklace with just that. Ugh. Yeah. And you just put it on a chain that's very delicate. I'm loving this. This isn't the finished necklace that I would use. I've had these sitting out, so they are tarnished. So I will never sell these, or I should just get rid of them. But they're just sitting here. There we go. Look at that. That was so easy. I think she would because of the color. Oh my gosh, you guys saw how easy it was to make even the resin part of this yesterday? Oh my gosh. I love it. I'm sorry, you guys. I have not ever done resin. Okay. That's fine. Ah, you guys, I think I might have found something I like. A new thing in jewelry. I just have never done resin, and I've never had it turn out. I'm usually like, nah, I don't like it. And all this is just clear resin with that pink mica in it. Okay. And I've gotten a whole bunch of the, I'll show you guys what I have here. Hold on. So what I did is that, you guys have seen Vicky. She is Sour Rose by Eagle Designs, I believe is her full thing on TikTok. And so she told me about, because I asked her, I'm like, what UV resin, or do you want UV or do you want the one that dries? What kind of resin do I want? And she said, hello, Luke, let's be positive. So she said, this is the resin to do. It is Han curing UV resin. It's fast curing, crystal clear, low odor, bubble free. And so this kit came with like 2 bottles of this. Yes, it's Christmas Eve. And then you get the little UV light with the little stand. So it sits up, and then it has a little cable that has just your normal cable. Yesterday I used a different one than this one because this one isn't very long. I am. And then we have them in the box here, the micas that I've got. I just have these 2 up here. And this is the one that we used for that. And then we have different molds. So this is the molds that I used yesterday for what we looked at today. We used this one here. The teardrop one was for the earrings, and the heart one was for that necklace we just made. And then I have different ones in this one. These are not like overly large ones. We also did one with this one yesterday, and it just didn't turn out as well. I just need to work on that. And then I have a larger teardrop. And then this one has 2 I might have 2 packages of these where they came in 2 in each one. So I have, yeah, I do. I have 4 of that one. Don't ask me why I have 4. Let's put them all in this container here. I was thinking earrings probably. And then that circle that I just showed you, I have 4 of these. I might not have showed you. I have 4 of these of the circle. I have 2 of the little pouring mixing things. I have a heart. And then I have this circle. That's what I have for molds. That's it. Nothing spectacularly over the board, just a few. And then I did get, we've been doing some of these, but more of the other kinds. And then I bought some, like, these are butterflies. These are flower and leaves to try to put in them. Here's a different butterfly. And what's our last one? And then some different butterflies. That's what and then I have this mix. That's what I have to work with this. And I have tried and tried using, we have the little stir stick, and I've tried putting those little paper cabochons in there. I epically fail at those. So I might need to like have like a little bit of help to learn that. But just doing the mica into the resin got us this little dog. And I think it's just darling how big it's, because of it being small. I want to put it on a different chain than this one, but put it on a chain necklace and just have a very dainty look. I'm loving it. I mean, even with these earrings, these are not the same shape. I think if I could have a teardrop one also, I won't be able to recreate it with this. But if I would create enough of that, that we could do 3 of the same thing, you could have matching earrings and a dainty necklace. Oh, thank you, Chris, for the heart me. And anybody else who has done gifts, thank you. I haven't been paying attention to that. Okay, now I think I'm on to something new that I want to try a lot more of. I'm going to go probably down this rabbit hole if I get time to do it all. And then Nordic Luna did say yesterday that, especially with Buttercup's age, that she needs a respiratory mask type thing. And so I looked some up, and I was showing Ryan them at supper with Buttercup and saying what happened on the live. Because in all honesty, she did get upset, and it's okay for her to be upset, but we want her health to be okay too. So we got to make sure. And so we did talk about, Ryan has them. He already has them. So I just need to he needs to get them out of the shop for me. And I said, I think I even need to have one. And just because I was getting a headache while we were doing it yesterday. And I'm like, I just think we need to both wear them whenever we're doing it. I don't know how you guys feel or what other people feel about that. And I'm open to your guys' input, because I have not done resin before, and this is something I'm learning. I won't be the person that will be like, let me teach it to you, because I'm not there yet, as we can all tell. And these two things, these earrings and this necklace, I didn't have to sand. There were no parts on them that were hard or like needed to be sanded. This one here, the diamondy shape one, I don't want to like hold it up too long because of it doing it. It does need to have a sandpaper to it. Okay, so good ventilation. And I was thinking we might have to do it in like outside, not in the winter here. Would probably be better. Okay, thank you. So I'm just not outside of my like la la land there. I was like, I think we want to have that. So for me, this is something new. I have not done it before. Where I learned to do a lot of the jewelry and stuff, they did not teach resin. So that's not been something that was ever like put forth towards me. And I'm going to probably be on a YouTube, not supposed to say that, the tube kick, and watch videos just to learn it, and I might be asking you guys questions when we have chats about, okay, how about this? How about that? Just because I want to learn something new. But that was what we were going to work on for today. I am going to hop off here because we still have to finish cleaning and getting everything ready. We have just a few things to get done. I just want to be done before we go to church tonight, so that when we get home from church, we can just have a rest period and not be stressed. I'm hoping that nobody else is going to have a stressful time, that you guys can just work at the pace that works for you to get ready for these holidays, and that you have a very, very, very Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you do, happy holidays. Yeah, you too. And Patty, get to be and feeling better, okay? So everybody have a wonderful time. I'm going to take tomorrow off. We will be here Friday at 2 p.m. for chat time. So oh, I'm like, I love crafting. You guys, it's what keeps me like happy. And that's, if you find something makes you happy, go with it. All right, everybody. Bye.